Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's me. Our guest tonight is Judd Harris. Yes. Did you hear me? I said Judd Harris. Ooh, and oh, look at the new emotes down there. I saw them. Cool. Yeah, Judd. Wow. I did a deep dive a while ago. I had to go cram and do my homework. And wow. That's all I can say. We're going to talk about it because this is the Chat Chill Show. Yeah. Oh, as my lights go out in my face. Let me turn the music off. Yeah, hold on. Oh, there we go. Got lights back on. Hey, Doc. Welcome in. All right, I'm gonna get you up here, Judd. Until little sometimes beats me to it. Okay, here we go. Well, Chat and Chill is getting into real. Oh, there he is. Let me switch this. Hold on. I got this. I forgot from last time.
We're all learning still. No worries.
Well, and TikTok doesn't make this easy because you got to hit. So my guest on Thursday, we made him big so they could see him playing the guitar, and I was little. So and then I had to switch. I guess it switched. Yeah, well, that's long story short. Hey, welcome in.
Hey, everybody. How you doing tonight?
Yeah. Hey, first question I ask everyone here on the show. What time zone are you in?
I am in AST, or I guess, it's just AST, I guess, because we don't have daylight savings time here.
Okay.
So it is, I think that's Atlantic Standard Time, so I'm actually an hour later than New York right now.
Okay.
Later than Eastern.
Is it
and
like
then part
10
of the
o'clock?
year, because we don't do daylight savings, part of the time I'm on the same as Eastern, and part of the time I'm an hour later.
Oh, okay. So is it 9 or 10 o'clock then for you?
It's 10 o'clock here.
10 o'clock. That's okay. All right. Yeah. Some of my Brazilian guests are like 2 hours off for me. So yeah. But I picked this 8 o'clock time because it spans the whole like North South America. I mean, it might be 9 o'clock here and it might be 6 o'clock there. You know, it seems to be better for people.
Yeah, I think probably my peak times are around like 11, 12 o'clock for me.
Yeah. If I had any later, I'd probably fall asleep. So
I'm here till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Often I'm here till like 2:30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you were on late last night, and I almost went. Oh, thank you so much, Ruthie. I started to go in to see, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, it's tough because you get into one of these rooms. I'm a fan of a lot of these live creators as much as I'm one myself. And it's tough to, like, if I decide to go in, I'm like, I'm only going to go in for a little while, but then I end up 3 hours later hanging out.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, and that's
Too fun.
what I have to tell myself. No, cut it off. You got to stop. But anyway, so we're going to just dive right into this. You when you talked about your time zone, you're in the Dominican Republic right now?
That's correct. Yes.
He's in the Dominican Republic right now, ladies and gentlemen, down there.
That's the palm tree over my shoulder.
And the palm trees. I've been to the Dominican once. Yes. Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Yeah. I don't know. The resort we were at was called, I think, Dreams, but it was more like a nightmare.
So maybe Punta Cana?
Yeah, it was in Punta Cana. Yeah, you see, he knows. Yeah, it was in Punta Cana. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Punta Cana is basically not a real town. It's just a collection of hotels.
Yeah. Well, the one we got sent to it didn't have an elevator, and that was one strike against it. So, among others. But I bet there's some really nice ones there.
Oh yeah, the beaches are beautiful. The people are friendly. It's a really lovely place to be in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I set up a timer on TikTok to tell me to go to bed at 12:30. Hey, that's a good idea, Jen. Just saying. Yeah. So you're in Punta Cana, but
no, I'm not. I'm in actually Las Terrenas.
What he said. So yeah. So you in your song you talked about Hispaniola.
Hispaniola.
Yeah, that's it.
So Hispaniola is the whole island.
Right.
And 1/3 of it is Haiti, which is having a lot of problems right now.
Exactly. I
remember
remember
that. And the other 2/3 is the Dominican Republic.
Okay, yeah. So when I remember being at Punta Cana, little, you remember being there? Because she speaks better Espanol than I do. I just go, what she said, say it. But are you bilingual? Is there a language barrier?
I definitely
there?
speak Spanish at this point. I wouldn't say that I'm pretty fluent. I think if you drop me in a place where people, you drop me in a place where they speak Spanish, I'd be fine. But
you survive.
You know, it's never going to be as good as my English.
Well, I get that. So when we were in Punta Cana, I noticed there was a lot of Spanish speaking as well.
Sure.
Yeah. I would think that you would need a little survival. Yeah, definitely. But
Si prefieres, podemos hacer la entrevista en español. Está bien conmigo.
That's good. Yeah, muy bien. Yeah.
I just said if you prefer, we can do the interview in Spanish.
Yeah, muy bien not. Okay. I didn't get all that. But anyway, hey, Kathy, welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for being here.
I saw Shannon and Abby and Addie, and hey, guys, how's it going?
Are some of your regulars in here?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we got to give them a few minutes because sometimes it takes them a little bit to come in.
No problem.
Yeah, so
I'm yours for the night.
Okay, so he's down in the Dominican, and you originally were from New Orleans?
That's correct, New Orleans, Louisiana.
But then
hey,
you went to New York. I found a video.
Yeah.
Of someone in like 1998.
Someone.
Yeah, someone in 1998 at NYU.
Yeah, I went to NYU, coincidentally.
Yeah. Got brave and asked to go on the stage with Billy Joel.
That's correct.
You did a duet. That was you.
That was a pretty cool night.
Oh my gosh, you held your own with him. I'm like,
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
That was awesome. And I'm not saying that. I'm not just saying that. If you go to YouTube, folks, this is where I found it. If you go on YouTube, you'll find the actual video of it. He was college-age student. He said, "Hey, I'm a musician. Can I do this duet? It's one of my favorite songs." What was that? Something about Baby Grand?
Baby Grand, yeah.
Baby Grand. And he gets up there and he sings with him. And wow. That had to be intimidating. Cool. That had to be intimidating, wasn't it?
I will say it was, by the time I got up on that stage, I mean, it took a lot of thinking about it and thinking what I wanted to sing and getting my my cassette tape, the longest Maxell cassette tape, because this was 1998, that I could find to record it just in case it happened, And so I did all this planning and thinking, and then by the time I got up on that stage, I mean, I was on another planet. It was like I don't even. It's kind of a blur in my head being up there.
And then for him to say something, well, it's been a while since I sang that. I think the last time I sang it was with Ray Charles, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. I'm like, what am I supposed
to
do?
No pressure.
With that? That's what he said. He said, but don't let any pressure hit you or anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but yeah. And then you went on. Okay, so you went to college at NYU. Then you did all that, and you were on American Idol.
That's right. Season 4.
Season 4. I had to go do some research because I'm like, I only watched it for the first couple of years.
If you blinked, you missed me, but I was on the live show.
No, you were. Yeah, after I watched some of the video, I'm like, oh yeah, But of course, that year was. I always like to look at the winners. The winner that year was Carrie Underwood. So if you were gonna not make it to the very end,
she's done okay.
She's done okay for herself. But there's some of them that have made it to the end, and you're like, who?
Right, where'd they go? Where's Ruben?
Yeah, who are they? What?
Yeah.
That would be sad to not make it, and then have somebody like that get. At least it was, it's Carrie Underwood that did. Yeah, so there's that. But I was impressed. I had what was the song? Traveling Man.
Traveling Band. Yeah.
Traveling Band.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah, that song. I couldn't remember. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him. I thought you did a good job with that. I'm just
Thanks,
saying.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really did. I really thought so. But let's get back on track here, folks. So I played a song at the beginning. What was that called again?
Simple Life.
Simple. Thank you. Simple life. Simple mind right now. I can't focus.
We can do some Simple Minds if you want to.
Simple mind. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, like you were on your Apple, but you also can be found on
all the streaming platforms.
All the streaming platforms.
Yeah, everywhere that music is found online, you'll find me.
And I think if you go to follow him right now on TikTok, don't you have some of those songs right there at the beginning? Like there's a link or something in there?
Yeah, I have a music tab as a musician.
Music tab.
You can find my songs, although one of them is not my song, and I've been after TikTok to get rid of it, and they haven't yet, but that's okay. There's another Judd Harris who makes music.
Oh.
So
when I
you'll
was
see all the images of my songs are very clearly the same, and then there's one that's
yes,
different. That's not me.
one of these things is not like the other.
Exactly.
Okay, we're gonna do one of those things that's not like the other. Okay, that one of those.
But
deals.
also, if you just go to my link in bio, you can find everything you need right there.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. So if as you get to hear him tonight, if you want to listen to him, he's on the major platforms. He also has a link in his bio. So I'll let you know that. So
Or
you've
if you
been in the
prefer,
music.
juddharris.com/links will take you there as well.
You do have a website, and that helped me do some deep dive. Yeah, that's where I'm like, I don't have my notes done. Oops. I better do my homework. So yeah,
Hey, Nanette,
where yeah.
Tammy.
You were featured in Rolling Stones and People.
Yeah.
People. Hey, welcome in. Hi, Darcy. How you doing? So, yeah, I have a guest that can say now. I can say yes.
Our
Has
guests have
been
been featured in.
yeah, it has been featured. Yes. Hey, small show. We need that, right? Yeah, definitely. But it's how we get to know each other here on
Hey, Tammy.
Chat and Chill. Are friends of friends, because that's one of the things why I say let's call it Chat and Chill with friends. Because even though we may not be friends, we might have a mutual friend, and that's the connections that we make. So I think our mutual friend is Jason Adamo.
That's definitely someone I know. I think Luke
You know him?
maybe is
Luke is another one.
is
Yes.
the root is
Luke
the
and
bottom
Jason.
of the tree.
Okay. So you're in that group. Okay. So yeah, definitely. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So we have friends of friends, and that's how you go. Oh, well, you're friends with them. Well, let me go check that out. And then you're like, oh, okay. But that's how I found you. I'm like, oh, yeah. I think you were in Jason
Thanks,
Adamo's
Larry.
last live, and I'm
Yeah, I
like,
could have been, sure.
yeah, you were.
Hmm.
I remember that much. And I'm like, oh, I have to go check him out. And I'm like, oh, I got to ask him to be on the show.
Jason and I really bonded over Martin Sexton, he's like a musician's musician that he's not like huge, but some people know Martin Sexton. I love Martin Sexton. He's like my hero. And Jason
Okay.
actually had the pleasure of opening for Martin Sexton. And he does a song by Martin Sexton called Black Sheep that he absolutely crushes. And I've got a
Okay.
couple of Martin Sexton songs that I do as well. And it's just,
Okay.
he came in, I don't know, he mentioned something about Martin Sexton in my live. I started playing a song and he's like, wow, nobody knows that music. So
Well,
we
I
kind of
don't.
bonded over
So
that.
yeah. Well, maybe I know the music if I heard it, but
Yes,
the
Nathan
name.
knows Martin.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Nathan, welcome in. So what would you classify your style of music? And then
I'd say
we'll
it's
have you do a song.
singer-songwriter, but each EP that I'm putting out is going to be a little bit different. The first one was very beachy. It's called the Beach EP. And so it chronicles my move from New York to the Dominican Republic. And so it's sort of my version of what beach music might sound like.
That would
And
have to be a cultural shock to go from New York to the islands.
to some extent, and I think it was not as much as I expected. Maybe I was expecting it to be worse. Partly maybe there's a lot of Europeans in this town, so maybe that sort of softened the difference in cultures a little bit. But I also had a basis in Spanish from school, so that helped as well.
Yeah.
But mostly it was just a big adventure. And so I wrote that song, Simple Life, which you played at the
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
beginning. And that's really the story
Yeah.
of how my wife and I decided to move here. There's another one about more about the lockdown, about people questioning their lives and how we got to where we are, and whether
Yeah.
we've just been sleepwalking all this time and whether we really want to be living the lives we're living anymore. And then there's one about longing for that special someone, which I'm lucky enough to have that special someone already, but that song's sort of more about my younger self who was always pining away after some lady. And then the last song is a nostalgia piece about longing for those dreams and those endless days of your youth, called Endless Days.
Okay. But
And now my next EP, to complete the answer, is the next EP is going to take us back to New Orleans, where I grew up. So I'm going to give you a few songs that are going to be a little more New Orleans influenced, a little more funky, some horns, a little jazzier, and that kind of thing. But it's all rooted, I guess,
goes right back.
in me, in my story.
Well, I think down there they would love to hear a sampling, and then we'll get back to chatting.
Okay.
Yeah. So I asked the guests before they perform now. Do you want to stay in the smaller box next to me, or you want to be a bigger box? Some people don't. They get uncomfortable with that. That's why
it doesn't matter to me either way. I'm on this platform playing in the big box all the time. But the small one's fine too. I don't mind.
Hey, Chad.
I don't have an ego about it.
Some people get an ego, and some people get like nervous about it. So
I'll be nervous. Don't worry.
Oh, well, don't be nervous for 31 people here. Hey, Chad, would you like to see him in a bigger box, or because there are pros and cons to both. Because then I have to learn how to,
And which song should I play? That's what we can talk about.
And it takes about 5 seconds. And if you like a song, you want it bigger. Okay, okay. I'm okay with that. We'll do bigger. I hear bigger. Big box. Got 2 votes. The same. Oh.
Okay.
Hey, little. Did you just do that? Little. That's not the one I want to do. She like does that for me. And no. Here, hold on. I gotta switch back with you to undo this. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fix it. Don't touch it, little iron head. Okay, I have to put it on. Okay, then I have to. That's not the one I want either. That's the problem with this. Okay, here we go. I got it.
There I am.
I got it.
That seems to work. All right, so I guess I'll play that song, Simple Life. Is that what I should do?
Sure.
So this is my song, Simple Life. It's chronicling my adventures with my wife moving from New York to the Dominican Republic. And kind of the reasoning behind it, I guess. So let's go.
Everybody, let's hear.
First they'll tell you you're too young, then they'll tell you it's too late. Time won't wait for anyone, and good things come to those who wait. So I found out there's no guarantee, and I want a simple life, just you and me. So I turned in my subway card. City life was just too hard. Quit my job, I quit my life. Pack my house, I pack my wife. 'Cause we found out there's no guarantee, and we want a simple life, just her and me. Deep blue water, summer sun, Hispaniola, here we come. No more buying winter clothes, losing feeling in my toes. 'Cause we found out it's not as hard as it seems to make the simple life of our dreams.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much. We're at 50% and I just put that up. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Like, folks, did you hear that? Was that not professional sounding? Like, I'm mesmerized by how you sound, like in your videos, when you make a video and you say, hey, I'm going to go live, and it sounds always so crisp and clean. And then I've been in a live or two and I've listened and I'm like, whoa. So did you buy that equipment?
Hey,
Did you bring it with you?
I brought it down from New York.
Okay.
When I decided to go live, I definitely put some time and thought into the best setup for that, because you become a sound person, especially
Right.
in a little teeny tiny fishing village in the Dominican Republic. You have to be your own sound person and luthier and everything else,
I was going to say, I don't think they would have that there. So,
There are some people who do that here.
oh, okay.
Whether they do it well or not is debatable, but I like to,
Well, yeah.
it's like anything. As an independent musician, you end up being everything. You wear all the hats. And that's
Right.
like, I become a graphic designer. I become a video editor. I'm a songwriter. I'm a singer. I had to pick up the guitar. I've been playing like pretty seriously for like 6 to 8 years, something like that. So, little by little, you end up attaining all of these various skills and wearing all the hats. So when I decided to go live, I just wanted to make sure that I had really high quality sound, because when you're doing music, it's more important than anything. If it doesn't come through,
Right.
then it's hard to play on a phone, So I did put some thought into it, and I have a Boss Gigcaster 5, which I love. It has all of the Boss guitar and vocal effects all in the box, so it's like a all-in-one solution. And of course, this baby right here, this Shure SM7B is a lovely microphone as well.
Wow. Yeah, I'm impressed. I really am. Better than my Amazon little cheap special that I'm using. I'm just saying, But
Well, you sound fine, so I don't see any problem with
it's okay. It does okay. But yours is like so crisp and clean. It just, I don't know.
Well,
maybe
musicians, we're picky about how we sound.
Yeah, definitely. But now you were talking about like doing this, online stuff. But do you do live gigs too when you're in the Dominican?
So I was in a band in New York for a long time called
Yeah.
Visible from Space. That was my band that I had in
Okay.
New York. And we did pretty well. We won like Best of New York from the Village Voice, and we used to play all over the city, and that was a lot of fun. And then my wife and I decided to make this big move, and we came down here. And it took me a little while. I fell in with some other musicians here, and we were playing some gigs together. And eventually I ended up on my own playing solo, which is something I'd never done before in my life. Honestly,
Yeah.
I just never really, guitar was not something, I was a singer mostly and a guitar player a little bit. And now I'm like, still a singer and a little more of a guitar player than I used to be.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was like 8 years ago. And I really, when I was playing with those other guys, they wanted me to play rhythm guitar, and I got my guitar chops up a little more and eventually started playing on my own. And I was playing
Yeah.
solo gigs all over this town for a while. And at some point, I don't know if you heard about it, but there was this coronavirus that went wild all over the world. And so I couldn't play live shows very much after that.
Right.
So I embarked upon a project to write 30 songs in 30 days. I was taking 2 guitar lessons a week. I really getting my chops up even more, which led to a lot of songwriting. And then I did this project. So I wrote 30 songs in 30 days, which was a huge endeavor for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I decided that, if I could just sort of take off my analysis hat and throw that away and just finish the song. You know, every day I would write one song. And I heard this story that I had watched the Beatles documentary, Get Back, that Peter Jackson did, when you're sort of a fly on the wall with all of these incredible recordings that you know inside and out, you know, as a musician especially. And it was just amazing watching Paul sit there and write the song, you know, Get Back. He just wrote he's just sitting there noodling around on his instrument, and he writes the song. Well, I had heard that Paul McCartney writes one song a day, or at least at some point, maybe not anymore. But get up, have a coffee, write a song. That's what he did every day. And so I thought, you know, he's a pretty good songwriter. Maybe I need that kind of practice, you know, to do that every single day. And so that's what I did for 30 days. And after that, my wife was like, how long are you going to keep going? And are you going to do anything with these songs? And I was like, oh, you know what? I thought I'd get like maybe 1 or 2 good songs. I got like 10, you know? And I was a lot happier with them than I thought. And I learned that you can write a song and it can be not perfect. And it can be done and not perfect. And then you can come back to it, rewrite it, change the verse, change it up, make it better, get it to a point where you do like it, you know? Yeah. So that's what I kind of did, is I took the best songs and I started recording them. And that's sort of what this all started with, was that project, was me starting to record my solo music, which I'd never done before. I never recorded music under my own name. I always had a band, or, you know, it was before I was recording music at all. So this is the first music that I've put out. The Beach EP represents the first 4 songs I've ever put out under my own name as a solo artist. And I have another EP which is coming later this month. The first single's coming later this month. And it's very exciting. It's a song called NOLA, like New Orleans, Louisiana, NOLA. It's a song about New Orleans, where I grew up. And it was actually on the radio today in New Orleans on WWOZ, which is one of the premier music stations in New Orleans. They call themselves the Guardians of the Groove. And, you know, they're a very, very important radio station in New Orleans. So that was a very exciting thing for me today.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. Whoa. Oh, thank you for sharing there, Jason. Yeah, I was catching up on the chat too and listening. Kathy says, so proud of you. Yes.
Thanks,
wow. Kathy. Congrats, bro.
And Tammy N right there is in New Orleans. She's a New Orleanian, and so she was able to listen to it in, you know, when it came on the radio, which was really neat.
And Maniac Larry says, and that song NOLA is great.
Thanks, buddy.
Had you play it today?
Heard me play it today.
Heard me play. Oh, heard. Oh, I didn't see the R.
It's not there, but it's okay.
I know, but yeah, I'm usually pretty good at that.
You learned to translate.
Yeah, I was special ed teacher for 34 years. I translated a lot. I'm usually better than using context clues to figure out what they mean. But anyway.
Hey, Uke, what's up?
Yeah, definitely. Uke, thanks for being here. So, so that coronavirus, it really, you know, but a place to be locked down at and to write songs. To be on an island.
Not so bad. Not so bad. Comparatively, yeah. We were lucky.
Yeah,
luckier than a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So this is about the halfway mark. And I usually ask the chat if they have a question for our guest. If you have an appropriate question that you would like to ask, you know, go think about it, because I know it takes a few seconds for it to, you know, all that good stuff. Yeah, you couldn't have been locked down in northern Canada in a fly-out community.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess being isolated in the far reaches of the north might have been a good thing in some ways, but I don't like winter. So I'm glad I was in a warm place.
Jen says, why did you move there? Well, maybe because he doesn't like winter.
No, but there's more of a story there, so I can tell that story.
In a place to, you know, okay, go for it.
So my wife and I, we met a guy when he's a dear friend of one of my wife's college roommates. And we went on a bachelorette extravaganza, and he was there as one of her best friends. We were there as well as her good friends. And we met him. He's this wonderful guy. And he died very suddenly. He was in his 30s, and he had some strange infection. And one day he was getting ready for work, and he was gone. That was it. And I think that was the genesis. That was the moment. My wife and I had always talked about, you know, in our retirement, maybe we live in the Caribbean. We love warm weather. We love the beach. And we always thought about, you know, one day we would do that. And we were really shaken up when that happened. we looked at each other and we were like, whoa, like this life does not last forever. This is not, maybe we won't even have the time to do that someday. What if we decide to do that right now? And that's what we did. When we started making a plan right away, we were like, we want to change our life. We want to leave New York. We want to live in the Caribbean. And so I started doing research. I looked at places. I looked at Panama and Costa Rica and Ecuador and all these places where they have really beautiful beaches. Mm-hmm. And little by little, I narrowed it down based on healthcare and affordability and all kinds of things. And we had gone to Punta Cana actually on our honeymoon and had a lovely time. I'm sorry to hear that you were less enamored.
We didn't have the best. Yeah,
but we had a great time. It was a brand new hotel, and the staff was so wonderful, and the beaches were so beautiful. And I thought, well, maybe there's a place in the Dominican Republic that could work. And I found this place, Las Terrenas, which is very European. The French were the first ones to land here. And so there are French bakeries and Italian restaurants and all this great stuff that adds to the sort of flair. It's not just a Caribbean destination. It's also a little European, which to me, being from New Orleans, felt very familiar. That sort of Caribbean, New Orleans, European kind of combination. Right. And so that's how we sort of made this happen. And we saved money and we made plans and eventually, sold our place and left.
Yeah. Well, I say that because, going to that have to be scary to just say we're gonna do that now, and we're gonna go. It's beautiful to go there, but to be brave enough to go there and do it. Yeah.
The funny part of the story is that we had decided this was probably a good fit. We had found a project that we wanted to look at to consider living in and whatever else, and we got a little drunk one night and we booked plane tickets. So that was the first trip that we came down, was the result of a drunken evening booking plane tickets. So we came down, we checked it out. We're very decisive. We looked at this project and we looked around the town. I think after one day, we looked at each other and we're like, yep, this is it. This is the place. And then we just started working on it. And what's fun is we purchased a house down here. It's very affordable.
Yeah.
And we didn't tell anybody. We kept it a secret, just between the two of us. Until the house, because they were building this house little by little for us. And when it was done, we sent a baby announcement that our house has been born, mother and house are doing well. And, to all of our friends and family. And we're like, come on down. We're going to be in the Dominican Republic. And I think we thought we would spend, half the year down here and eventually just started living down here.
Just full time.
Yeah,
little. I saw that. There were no tables involved. I know. Yeah, I know. Little.
I don't know what that story's about, but it sounds like a story.
It's a story about liquid courage and, or maybe not, but something that, it's an inside joke.
Got it.
But it's amazing what that liquid courage does for you and what decisions you make.
Yeah, sometimes they turn out okay.
Sometimes they do turn out okay. Sometimes it's a disaster, but. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of thought and consideration before the drunken night. So.
Well, there you go. But
and after.
So and we just had a comment. Manic Larry said that was my question. How did you get the bravery? So we answered that. Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
I think it was really what shook us was the death of our friend. We didn't. That's what really shook us out of our complacency and made it possible, I think, for us to kind of consider making this kind of big change.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know about everybody else down there, but I think they would love to hear another song. What do you think, guys? Would you like to hear another song? As I hear an echo in my ear. Making things happen before it's time for a bucket list. What good advice. That is good advice.
Yeah. I mean, why wait until...
They said yes.
Why wait until you're retired? You can live the life you want to live right now. I mean, I realize that's a privileged thing to be able to say, but if you can, there are ways to change your life, to make it better, make it different.
And then you get retired and you still didn't do everything that you said you were going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That's me. Yeah. But anyway, they want to hear another song. Oh, Steve says play NOLA. What is y'all?
I could give you a little bit of that. I haven't really started playing that one live, but I'll give you a little bit of it.
Oh, we could be exclusive.
Take me down to the river bend. Voodoo magic gonna kill my head. All Falling down in New Orleans, be anything that you wanna be. Garden District of Bucharest, filet gumbo to etouffee. Take me down to New Orleans. Living easy is a way of life. Crescent City gonna treat you right. Learning loose on Mardi Gras Day. Hear that Giacomo Finale. Drinking, smoking, and feeling fine. Come on, join in that second line. Take me down to New Orleans. So put a glide in your stride and come down with me. Take your queen to the scene where the streets never sleep. In the summer, spring, winter, or in the fall, you got to go to the city where they have it all. And you might just decide to never leave once you get a taste of New Orleans. That's what you get. That much.
I was really getting into that.
If you want, like, I can play a little bit of the recording of it as well.
No, that's okay. But no, did everybody hear that? Yeah, so is that going to be, you said that was out on the radio in New Orleans.
10 days, it's on the 19th.
Okay, so is this coming out on a platform?
It'll be everywhere on the 19th. Yeah.
On the 19th, everyone. That was a sneak peek. Ooh, that was an exclusive.
Yeah, indeed. I've never played that in front of anyone before.
You all should be like loving that one. Like, yes. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. They're saying you rock. They're applauding. Yeah. Low key karaoke. Welcome in. Yeah. 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 They were loving it. Yeah. They say, oh, fire. Oh, they're like, yeah. Much love, Judd. Love it. They're loving it. All right. So I have to ask this next question.
What's that?
So how did you get involved in music? Who's influenced you? What's made you say, hey, I want to become a singer-songwriter?
I mean, I think my earliest influence was probably my brother, because he, we would listen to music together. He was a big influence of the music I listened to, and he also performed a lot. And so, but I mean, my whole family was very musical. We would go on road trips to visit my mom's family in Florida, which is a very, very long drive from New Orleans. And so we would listen to the radio. I remember listening to all those 70s singer-songwriters like Billy Joel, for instance, and Bill Withers and whatever else. And we would sing along to the radio. And there was a lot of singing. There was a lot of my dad, wanting us to pee in a jar because he didn't want to stop, because he wanted to get all the way to Florida.
Okay.
But anyway, that was like earliest musical memories, right? But I mean, as far as like singing, I mean, I came out a singer. That's just who I've been from the get-go. I don't remember a time when I wasn't singing. Yeah. I don't remember a time when I didn't want to make music. That has just been my thing from day one. So, I gravitated toward the theater because it was an easy way to get on stage singing. And I actually went to NYU for musical theater. I went to Tisch School of the Arts for that. And when I got out, I realized that, musical theater was not the kind of singing maybe I really wanted to be doing. And so I ended up in a bunch of bands in New York City. And, the Billy Joel thing happened while I was at school. And then after that, it was American Idol.
Right.
And that, fueled the band stuff a little bit more. And then ended up down here and started playing the guitar a lot more and kind of finding my own voice, because I feel like up to this point, I was kind of overwhelmed by my heroes. I think the city of New Orleans was a big influence, but then I also have heroes, like influences versus heroes. So like Prince is a hero of mine, and I wanted to be Prince. And Billy Joel's a hero, and I wanted to be like Billy Joel, Mm-hmm. But you can't be those people. You have to be yourself. Right. And that's a hard thing to learn. I wanted to be in a funk rock band because I wanted to be Lenny Kravitz and Prince and all those people. Even Maroon 5, I was like, look at that. They're doing it. They're doing that funky, fun kind of like stuff. And I wanted to do that. But that's not necessarily who I am, I was trying to be somebody else instead of finding my own voice.
Kathy says, didn't you do commercial and jingles?
I did, yeah. I did some voiceover work while I was in New York. I was the voice of Calvin Klein. I did some NBA commercials. I did some NASCAR thing. A bunch of stuff.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
So
and sometimes I put on my radio voice when I want to do, when I play a song
impressed.
on my live, I talk about WJUD, TikTok radio.
Wow.
And I used to like to do the monster truck guy. Remember that? Anybody remember those commercials from the radio? They'd be like, like, Bigfoot takes on Grave Digger. It'd be like, you can pay for your whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
That just came out of your mouth. Catch my jaw. Whoa. Like, I didn't know you had that voice.
Yeah,
whoa.
I mean, it's part of like singing like other people, talking like other people, I used to like try to do Muppet voices and that kind of stuff as a kid.
Oh, yeah, like doing other voices like this. Or talking like this, stuff like that. Yeah.
This is Kermit the Frog here outside the Three Little Pigs house, where the big bad wolf is huffing and puffing.
Yeah, stuff like that.
What has happened to this interview?
I know, it just went really crazy, right? Yeah. So, I'm scattered today. I don't know what the deal is. But yeah, I used to do puppets at school and do voices and and I don't know. But not as good as that. Like that bouncing voice of yours, I'm impressed with. Oh, Flutter found, what was it? Feeling squirrely emote I just put in. It's kind of hard to read that. I only knew what it said because I made it. But anyway, yeah. When you do a live show, you learn to be your own editor and sound person, and what you just were talking about.
You're an independent creator, same as me.
Yes.
Sorry to tell you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not my day job or my night job anymore. It's just for fun. But that's what I do in retirement. What do you do in retirement? I get on TikTok.
I mean, technically, I'm doing this for fun too, but
yeah, I know. But this is your career, right? You're professional music.
I'm really trying to make TikTok Live my job. That is my goal. Is to turn this into my job, because not only is it fun, but it's also a place in the music world where you can actually make money. Because it's not easy.
I have not found that
it's a tough place.
But there's that. Some people do, and I think people who are musicians usually can do better with that, the monetary part of it, because TikTok likes the musicians, and people like to go and listen to musicians. So
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah. So
I know a lot of people in this chat like to come listen, which is nice.
Yeah, let's talk about your lives. So your lives, when are they? When can they find them?
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights from 8 p.m. Eastern until Lord knows when. Until my voice gives out.
Until it gives out. Okay, so a couple hours from 8 to, whenever. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's like 3 days a week he's doing. Yes, we do. Love us some Judd. Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm still going. I can't believe that voice a while ago. I'm still stuck on there. I'm sorry, folks. But I didn't know you had that like radio announcer voice in there. Whoa. Yeah, But okay, back on track, squirrel. Okay, all right, reboot. So anyway, sing another. Yeah, they want you to sing again. Shut me up.
All right, let's sing. Let's do some songs.
Shut me up.
I guess I'll do "Take Me Down," which is, or maybe I'll do "Let You Know."
You do what you want.
This is a song. This one is one that I didn't write as part of the 30 days, 30 songs thing.
Yeah,
it's
30
just
days and 30 songs. Whoa.
This is just a song that came out a little before that, and I just thought it was a nice song that I wrote, so I included it in those recordings. But it's it's about somebody falling in love with their best friend and not knowing how to tell them.
All right, here we go.
I got to tune up. I'm sorry. There it is. All right, close enough.
Saturday morning with my head on fire, went to the bar and a little too far till 3. By tonight it's gonna be alright. Found a little money in the pocket of my jeans. And I'll be hoping that you'll be there to tell me. Sorry. And I'll be hoping to see you there to... What? I can't remember the lyrics to my own damn song. Let's try that one again. Oh yeah, I remember now. Saturday morning with my head on fire, went to the bar and a little too far till 3. By tonight it's gonna be alright. Found a little money in the pocket of my jeans. And I'll be hoping to see you there to give me a hard time. And as I'm trying not to stare, I'm dreaming you'll be mine tonight. Sunday morning with my head on fire, feeling half dead lying in my bed to the TV. Pretty soon it'll be the afternoon, headed to the beach for a swim and a bottle of bean. And I'll be hoping that you'll stop by to tell me dirty jokes and watch the sea. And as the sun's low in the sky, I'm wishing you'd come home with me. 'Cause I wanna be the one to make you smile, and be so true that you would never go. And I can see the future in your eyes, but I can't find a way to let you know. Monday morning and I'm feeling tired, can't be late, gotta make the 8:03. Rolling along with my headphones on, sitting there wishing I was anywhere other than here. And I know as I'm headed home, under my breath I'll say a little prayer. 'Cause though I'm going home alone, someday I hope you're waiting there. 'Cause I wanna be the one to make you smile, and be so true that you would never go. And I can see the future in your eyes, but I can't find a way to let you know. Too many drinks, too many nights, but how can I go home without you? Can't you see what's on my mind? I wonder if you're feeling it too. Keep waiting for the perfect time to tell you that I want you to stay. You should be here by my side, but I can't find the words to say, yeah, that I wanna be the one to make you smile, and be so true that you would never go. And I can see the future in your eyes, but I can't find a way to let you know.
All right. After a false start, we got it done.
It's okay. That's okay. I forget lyrics too sometimes, even on the show here. Sometimes I'm like, "What was I saying? Oh, I forgot." I mean, it happens.
It's live. What are you gonna do?
It's live. That's the whole part. Yeah. Thank you so much. And the comments that were coming in down there, I was reading them. They were talking about you being a good human, and your music's very chill. And it's just, yeah, it's true. I'm just kind of like swaying to it. And it does put you in a different frame of mind. And I think so many of us get so busy and get so, I mean, maybe that's the island life helping you there. But like for us, we're so busy moving, got to do stuff, got to do that, got to do this, got to do that. Sometimes you just need that chill vibe. And your music definitely brings that. It brings a happy, chill vibe. So, hey, Cat Nanny. So if you are not following our guest tonight, you should be right now. I know some of you are. If you haven't, he's new to you. You need to follow him right now. So maybe you can catch his lives so you can get there. Yeah. Yeah, good job. Christine says, yeah, good job, Judd. His lives are fun too. So you can catch his lives. His voice moves me. Judd is amazing. Yes, definitely. Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
followed Ruthie.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Ruthie.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, follow him so that you can catch, and you can always check out his music. I found him on Apple. He's on the big ones, Apple, Spotify. There's some things
Amazon,
on
you name
YouTube,
it.
Amazon, all that. Yeah.
Yep.
So whatever you, I'm not pushing one over the other. Whatever works for you.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to do? If somebody
Yeah.
listens on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, I'll be there. That's the important
whatever
part.
works for you. That he's on all of that. So pick one. Yeah. He could play rhythm sticks and sing the phone book, and people would find him entertaining. Definitely you.
Thanks, Uke.
Yeah. You. That was a nice compliment. He's on a whole different level. Yes, he is. He's professional. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
All I
His
know is
originals-
I found a lovely
Right.
community here on this app. It's been really, really lovely being here and finding all these amazing people. And it's funny how what you put out into the world is what you get back.
Right.
And so I just try to put out a bunch of happiness and joy and kindness. And you know what? That's just what
and
I
hope
get back.
It comes back.
That's
Yeah,
just what I
and-
get back.
Yeah, that's the thing here, chat and chill. We're not a very big group. We've been a smaller group, but I'll tell you, they're supportive, and they're like, oh yeah, like Ruthie down there. She just said, I followed. So she's like, okay. And I've had people say to me, thank you so much for bringing that guest to the show. I didn't know that person, and now I listen to him or her or what, like I follow them now. I thank you for that. So, I mean, that's the whole point, just trying to put some positive stuff out there and hope something comes out of it.
There's plenty of bad in the world, so
and that
I'm
seems
gonna
to
put
what
some
gets
good out there.
promoted.
Let's
That
put
gets
some good out
promoted a
there.
lot here on the world.
And I mean,
Yeah.
it was a big realization for me. It was part of how I sort of discovered, my own voice and who I am is realizing that like I needed to stop trying to be cool and start trying to be me.
Just be you. Yeah, definitely.
And happy is not that cool. From a lot of people look at happy people and they're like, man, that's so lame. He's so happy. And that's me, man. I can't be anything else. That's who I am.
Rebecca, you said you're learning to play, had a lesson today. You're talking about guitar.
Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta get better too.
Artist, he fosters and facilitates. Oh, wait a minute. A great community. Yeah, he does. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and he's lives. Okay. Authentic. Yes. Oh, yes. So it's yes to the guitar. Yeah. I need to practice more. It would help. But I appreciate it. Have Judd tell us about his. Okay. Hey, thank you. I need some inside scoop. So yeah, you're supposed to tell us about your wife. We have about 6 minutes. So we're
Okay.
good.
Well, my wife is a very cool person, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if she thinks so, but I sure do.
Well,
She went to Harvard. She's very smart.
Oh.
I mean, not smart enough to avoid me, but pretty smart.
Well,
and yeah, we met way back. I mean, we've been together since before 2000, 1999. So we've been together
Okay,
a very
way
long
back.
time.
Right
when we
after
were-
the Billy Joel thing.
When we were exactly. In fact, the night we met, I had just received the VHS tape of the Billy Joel thing, and it was the
Really?
first
Oh,
thing she
VHS.
saw. So that was a pretty decent advertisement for me.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, so we met through a friend from New Orleans who went to school with her. And I mean, there was something there right away. And, you know, I was dating somebody else. They were off somewhere else. And we said we could see other people, but I said I wouldn't feel right about it. So I waited till that person got back and ended things with them. And then my wife and I continued on from there. But she went to Harvard. She then was in book publishing for many, many years, about 15 years. And when we decided to leave New York to go to the Dominican Republic, she then was going to go freelance as a book editor. She's in the book world.
Okay.
And so she did a lot of New York Times bestsellers. I mean, she worked with
She's an author, huh?
like Gone Girl was a book that she worked on. Like there are a lot of big books out there that she was the editor for. And then we decided to leave New York, and she wanted to get out of that corporate grind. And in the process of leaving that job and thinking she was going to go freelance as an editor, she had a great idea for a book. And so she wrote a parody of the Marie Kondo book, the Japanese organizing book, if you're familiar with the life-changing magic of tidying up. She wrote a book called The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving an F.
Oh. Okay, everybody.
And so
laugh.
I think she thought she was writing a funny book. And she did write a funny book. It's very funny.
Yeah.
But it actually struck a chord with people, and they really thought it was like helpful advice. So she applied all of this organizing technique to your mind, basically, and you know that you have a finite amount of F's to give. So you want
Little,
to,
are you listening?
in the form of your time, energy, and money. Those are your F's to give. You have a finite number of them, so use them wisely, spend them wisely. That was sort of the concept of the book, and mental decluttering to clear out the barn that is your brain. Anyway, it did really well, and she's now got, I think, 7 books out in the world in this series. There's Calm. The next one was Get Your S Together, which was a New York Times bestseller. And
I'm loving this. I gotta check this out.
You Do You, and then Calm the F Down, and then it was F No was the next one. So I think maybe it's 5, and there's a bunch of journals as well and stuff. So, but she's done very well with her books, and now she's got. If you're interested, she has a Substack, and you can get a newsletter from my wife, and she's very funny and entertaining, and will make your life better, as she has done for me.
Listen to that little Ironhead. That sounds so you. Like she would appreciate that.
And her name is Sarah Knight, Knight. Sarah Knight.
Okay, there you go.
Sarah with an
Ironhead.
H and Knight with a K.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah Knight. That's everybody needs to know that. Okay, what to share? Want to share her name for Okay, yeah.
Right.
Did.
Just got there.
Okay, it just
Nanette
came
and I
up.
are on the same wavelength.
Never mind. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Nanners. Hey, how you doing? So I'm looking at we have just a couple minutes, and I don't know.
You want me to take you out with that Billy Joel song?
Could you do that?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
I would love.
That's what we're here to do,
hear
right?
Another song.
All right.
Would you
This
like
is the
to hear
song I
one
sang
more?
with Billy Joel. Everybody's heard this probably, but it's fun to do it anyway.
Wow.
So this is called Baby Gran, and I'm playing it solo instead of a duet, and on a guitar instead of a piano. So this is my version of it. I've worked very hard to get this song up and running, so
You know
I like
what?
to play it.
Sometimes a different version is cool. So let's.
And I like to play it also because Larry correctly points out that was 25 years ago, but I like to show people I can still sing this song.
Yeah. Let's not talk about how many years ago that was.
Late at night, when it's dark and cold, I reach out for someone to hold. When I'm blue, when I'm lonely, she comes through. She's the only one who can. My baby Gran is all I need. In my time, wandered everywhere, around around this world, she would always be there. Any day, any hour, all it takes is the power in my hands. This baby grand's been good to me. Well, they say no one's gonna play this song on the radio. They say melancholy blues are dead and gone, but only songs like these, played in minor keys, keep those memories holding on. I've come far from the life I strayed in, and I got the scars from those dives I played in. Now I'm home, and I'm weary in my bones. It's every dreary one night stand, but my baby grand is coming home with me, ever since this gig began. My baby grand has been good to me.
Wow. Okay, folks. Let's see if I can do this.
Got to give people what they want. That's the song that got me here. So.
Okay, how do I do this? I gotta take him out of there. Okay, folks, we're gonna make it side by side, and then we're gonna leave. So I think I turn it off. No, that's not it either. One more time. I almost have this. This is the problem. Is it on grid?
One more time.
There it is. I got it. All right. So I'm gonna play my chat chill out. I just want to tell you that song on guitar is awesome.
Thanks.
I love that. So even though it was 25 years ago, somebody was pointing out, you should, if you can get the right, you should record that.
It's an interesting idea, actually.
Yeah,
I never thought about it.
I like that rendition. That is cool. I like that. I would love to have that out there on somewhere that I could listen to. I'm just saying.
That's a good idea. I like that idea.
I do.
Can't believe I didn't think of that.
Well, I'm just going to say, I personally, my generation that remember it the first time around, I love when there's these remakes and that people make it just different. Like they use a different instrument, or they chill it differently. The phrasing's different. Something's different about it. It just hits differently, and you agree, Uke? It's just like, yeah, yeah. So definitely, you should make that. Yes, on guitar. Okay, all right, we're gonna play it in, song out, because he wants to go, because it's 9:04, folks. All right, here we go. We're gonna play a theme song out. We're gonna tell everybody goodbye. Thank you so much. Thank you both so much, Judd, for being here today, or tonight, I should say.
Thank you for having me.
You probably need, yeah, get going. And then they're going to say bye, so it's the bye-bye song for them, because it takes a few seconds.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate your attendance.
Yes.
Thanks
Check
for
him
supporting.
out. Follow. Go listen. He's awesome. He's got more stuff coming out for us. And that song right there should be one of them. Yeah. Yeah, they're saying bye. See how there's that delay? That's why I throw this song in, so they have time to buy. So they can say bye-bye. The wait time is so much different on a live, isn't it? Like in real life. People just go bye, and not on here. You got to go,
it takes a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get used to the delay, I guess.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you so much for having me. This is great.
Well, thank you. I would love to have you back sometime. Yeah, would you guys like that? Yeah? Yeah, they're saying bye. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in, and we'll see you right here on the TikTok. Bye.